At J&L Video Postcards, we like to highlight exploration. We recently explored Nassau post-COVID and wanted to talk about whether it was still a destination to visit in 2023. Nassau is the capital and largest city in the Bahamas, located on the island of New Providence. Nassau is known for a number of its attractions, but most notably, I believe people will recognize it as a Royal Caribbean premier cruise ship destination. Or maybe when you think of Nassau, you think of Atlantis, the ocean-themed resort located on Paradise Island. This is not a review of Atlantis, but more a remark on the city as a whole as a destination to visit. Let's talk about one of Elle's favorite pastimes, and that is the shopping experience in Nassau. I will also talk about prices as a whole. The first place people will think of when you mention the words shopping in Nassau is Nassau's world-famous straw market. The straw market is named that for its many products sold as souvenirs made from straw. The straw market is very busy, featuring over 400 vendors. In the straw market, you can find Cuban cigars, souvenirs of all types, and just about anything else you might be looking for. Something of note is that this is not actually the original straw market, as that building burned down in 2001, but this air-conditioned replacement supposedly has the same kitschy vibe. Also along Bay Street, you'll find several boutique shops with many names you might recognize from any luxury shopping mall in the United States. Some of these stores appear to be abandoned, leaving one to imagine that they have not yet made a full recovery from the COVID recession, which hit Nassau particularly hard, given that their chief industry is tourism. Next, let's talk about prices. There is no need to swap currency, as you can pay for anything on the island with US dollars, as the job of the Central Bank of the Bahamas is to match Bahamian dollars to United States dollars 1-to-1. This, however, creates its own problem, as inflation in the U.S. is only a minor irritant, but in a small economy like this, on an island, it devastates the local economy. Credit cards are accepted in some places, but are not preferable. Also, when you are in the straw market, you are expected to barter, but they don't advertise this fact. Never take the first offer. I don't even think I would bother with the boutique stores, however, as I think you'll find a better deal in most outlet stores in the United States. I won't talk about the history of Nassau other than how it relates to the city being a tourist destination, but the actual very rich history of New Providence and Paradise Island is a topic for a much longer video. There are several old Spanish and pirate stone structures and forts to see on the island, but if you're a national park enthusiast like myself, you will find them sorely lacking in presentation. There will be a couple signs and a few old cannons, but you will have to use your imagination for the rest. We went to Fort Charlotte on this visit, but we're told that post-COVID, the Bahamian government is instituting an admission fee of $20 each for what used to be free, and quite frankly, we just weren't that interested. The field by Fort Charlotte is the location where the late Duke of Edinburgh ceremoniously handed the Bahamian Islands back their freedom and self-governance. If you want to see a little bit of history meets modern politics, you can swing by the Government House, which was built in 1814 and formerly the site of a statue of Christopher Columbus installed in 1830. As you can see, the Bahamians joined the rest of the world in tearing down some of the more controversial statues, but the pedestal remains as a modern art piece that says a lot about a lot. There is still lots of history to be found on the island, but I would give the state of most of what's left to be a barely passing grade, and can think of several destinations that would reflect this area of history much better. When eating in Nassau, there is only one location we would really recommend, and that is the Fish Fry. The Fish Fry is more of an eating district than it is a restaurant. It is hard to go wrong with any choice of eatery there, but we can personally vouch for the salty crab. You can enjoy local favorites like conch fritters, lobster, and everything seems to be served with peas and rice. I would always caution anyone about drinking too much in a foreign country, as it never seems to end well, but we do have a couple recommendations. Located in the Fish Fry is the Pirate Brewing Company. They have some nice craft brews that most beer lovers will find meets their desires. If you're more of a liquor kind of person, we did take a tour of John Watling's distillery for a dash of some history and a shot of some old-fashioned rum. The channel's rum aficionado, L, said that the rum was not particularly good, but they offer rum at different qualities and price points, so maybe better to get an inexpensive flight and try for yourself. We would welcome any comments on this below. One thing that L did recommend from the on-location bar was the pina colada. I did try this myself and found it to be one of the best, not too sweet pina coladas I have ever had, and would recommend dropping by just for that one drink. What can I say? The beaches are amazing. The water is as blue as a sapphire, but the water can be very cold if you're going in the winter months. Commonly, people think that Nassau is in the Caribbean, but it's actually exposed to the Atlantic Ocean, making it a poor beach destination from November to May. You're going to find the beaches to be very crowded unless you can make your way over to Love Beach. You will need to take a cab to get there, as it is a good 9 miles from downtown Nassau, but you'll be rewarded with stretches of uncrowded sand and a less rowdy environment if you just aren't into that sort of thing. So the question was, is Nassau still a worthy destination in 2023? And the answer is a strong yes, if it's a cruise stop destination for you. But maybe if you're planning this to be your end point, unless you're going to a self-contained resort like Atlantis. It's easy enough to fly to Nassau, but I'm not sure I would, knowing what I know. There are plenty of affordable quality hotels, even some American chains you might recognize, but I don't think I would find enough to do there for a couple days. As always, this advice is worth exactly what you paid for it. And if you have a different opinion, we would like to hear it and even respond to it in the comment section below. Thank you for joining us, and please remember to like and subscribe. It helps us find other like-minded people to add to our community. Enjoy! Happy traveling!